Mi nombre es Angélica, Angélica Ramírez, soy venezolana.
I was born and raised in Eritrea, in Massawa.
Hola, mi nombre es Jesús Sánchez Ruiz, soy de Cartagena, España, donde estudié un grado técnico de fotografía.
I'm from Brazil and I'm living in Pole since 2014.
I'm coming from India. I currently live in Po. I was 27 when I first came to Po.
For the past 5 months, I've had the gift of representing soul expressions as part of an Erasmus Plus project called Age of Migration.
Age of Migration is a project supported by the European Union through the Erasmus Plus program. Organizations from Colombia, Croatia, France, Spain, Uganda and Uruguay have worked together on the topic of migration through different activities. As the name of the project implies, the main topic of the project was the one of migrations. It aimed at answering new needs that had been identified in the youth field to be able to work with migrants. Intercultural learning needs to be rethought and seen differently than it has always been seen. We should be looking at all of us as one, and learning to live in diverse society.
Y me encuentro en la ciudad de Cali, en Colombia, trabajando con Circo Teatro Cappuccini de la asociación Folcul Vida, que se sitúa concretamente en el distrito de Agua Blanca. En cuanto a mis aportaciones, considero que la principal ha sido un registro fotográfico de los eventos que hacen durante la semana, como han sido las clases de teatro, de danza y de arte circense, como fuego o zancos, además de eventos puntuales, como fue el espectáculo de clown, el Día del Niño, o el Día de la Carpa Móvil, que consistió en sacar todos los juegos y juguetes del circo a la calle para que los niños pudieran participar y jugar y divertirse.
I realized that even though I've visited Europe a couple of times, visiting is not really the same as living. For the first time, I was able to experience European culture and their way of life as a member of the community. I've learned a lot about their art, their history, their food, their education, the working culture, the partying culture, the fashion, the music.
Hace ya 3 años que llegué a Uruguay con mi familia a establecernos y a un nuevo comienzo de proyecto de vida. Nosotros emigramos por un tema situación país, en las que nos llevaron a tomar la decisión de irnos de nuestra patria, de mi amada Venezuela.
For me, it was easier because I'm half Brazilian, half Italian, and so I didn't have any problems with papers or visa, so I could work straight away with my Italian passport. But I have some friends from Brazil, they don't have European nationality, and for them it's more difficult.
In addition, migration is most of the time seen as something negative. Indeed, we often talk about the migration and refugee crisis, which is already indirectly statement that there is something wrong, and many people blame the migrants and refugees for this. Migrants are often blamed for the economic problems of the countries, and mostly the negative cases including migrants are being showcased.
They knew English, but I didn't feel like anyone was accepting of who I was. They would speak to me in the local language, therefore I studied the local language until I felt accepted enough.
Hoy por hoy uno como emigrante, no todo es color de rosa, entonces uno piensa en la xenofobia, en el bullying, en todas esas cosas, como que no es fácil salir de tu país y aparte tener que vivir ese tipo de experiencias.
It was like my long-term dream to migrate to Europe, especially do a master's and find a job here because I like the culture and the work-life balance that Europe has.
I think that you are a very, very, very smart woman. Do you know why? because you always help the other, you always listen the other people, you always understand all that I say.
Cuando acabará todo este tinglao, está muy bien montado. Cuando acabará, cuando acabará todo este tinglao, está muy bien montado. Cuando acabará todo este tinglao, está muy bien montado. Cuando acabará, cuando acabará todo este tinglao, está muy bien montado.
With the Age of Migration project, we wanted to bring a counter-narrative where the general population can see as well the other part of migration, that is to say, in other words, the human one. To work on this topic, we have developed several activities to contribute to a new approach of intercultural learning. Almost 20 young people have had the chance to participate in volunteering activities in the different countries. While being immersed in local organizations and implementing activities with the local communities, they have met and worked closely with migrants.
Bonjour, mon nom est Emma, j'ai 22 ans et je suis française. Je viens de la région de Toulouse. Avec la pastorale, nous allions 2 fois par semaine dans des quartiers pour faire des activités avec des femmes migrantes. Avec Corporación Viviendo, nous avons fait des activités artistiques et manuelles, mais aussi un mural avec la communauté du barrio de Sucre y avec des usagers de dépendance a la heroína.
Hola, mi nombre es Evelyn Córdoba Barco, tengo 23 años y soy trabajadora social. Vengo de Murcia, España, y en estos momentos me encuentro en las instalaciones de la Corporación Semillas de Transformación. Estamos ubicados en el corregimiento de Felidia, que pertenece a Cali, Colombia.
Desde mi visión y mis conocimientos he tratado de ayudar a llevar a cabo cada una de las actividades realizadas, además de realizar un apoyo en el trabajo que se hace día a día con los beneficiarios de este servicio. Esta experiencia, además de enriquecerme personal y laboralmente, me ha permitido conocer lugares increíbles de Colombia, sitios que he podido compartir con la gente que he conocido a lo largo del camino, personas que se convirtieron en amigos, a los cuales agradezco las experiencias vividas. Cada recuerdo o cada nuevo sitio que conocíamos se queda en la memoria.
And I think one of my favorite moments this summer was working with local organizations such as La Lagrange and La Pépinière, organizations that have the same goal as the one we have in Soul Expressions, to nurture and build young generations, to teach young children. It was very interesting to see how youth workers on this side of the world teach and treat young minds.
Alors, je fais mon volontariat à Cali, en Colombie. Je suis dans 2 organisations. Une qui s'appelle la Pastorale para los Migrantes, c'est-à-dire la pastorale pour les migrants, et une deuxième organisation qui s'appelle Corporación Viviendo,
où j'ai pu faire mon volontariat dans le programme de réduction de riesgos y daños. Je pense que j'ai pu apporter un certain regard interculturel, mais aussi un appui artistique. Mes attentes ici étaient surtout, avant tout, une connaissance de la question de la migration ici, mais aussi du travail social en Colombie.
Hi, my name is Ida. I am from Croatia, from city Zagreb. I'm here in Cali, Colombia, doing a voluntary at the organization called La Corporación para el Desarrollo Regional.
The first part of volunteering I did in the organization Semillas de Transformación in Felidia, which is a part of the rural area in Cali. And it's an NGO that works on programs of social interventions that promote inclusion, education, and protection of vulnerable communities. I assisted in the day-to-day running of the organization and in designing and redesigning donation pages to achieve better visibility. The second part of volunteering I did in the organization, La Corporación para el Desarrollo Regional, that promotes democratic process of community empowerment, social justice, human rights, peace, and democracy.
Thanks to that, the project resulted in the creation of several videos to understand deeper the humanity that is behind a migrant. In addition to that, in order to support youth workers in their work in intercultural context, a guide has been produced at the end of the project. This guide contains 100 advices how to work on intercultural learning.
This place is home. It's my new home. I love it. The people have been nice to me, my friends. I have gotten to know very many different cultures. If I was back home, I don't think I would be this exposed. But coming to Uganda, the language, cuisine, the cultures, I've gotten to meet so many people and I love it. This is home.
Compared to Asia, the culture in Europe it's very different. So you have to make efforts to find friends.
So what I've learned from the experience is that I want to try even more new stuff now, because before coming here I always had that little fear of going to a new place.
Solamente puedo sentir agradecimiento por todas las personas que hoy por hoy conozco y con las que muy humildemente puedo decir que cuento.
One of the most important things I think I learned was that these differences, these different energies that we both bring to the table, even though sometimes are used to separate each other, they can also be used to bring us together.
Mais j'ai quand même fait de belles choses. Je me sens bien intégrée dans les corporations et aussi à Cali. J'ai désormais un peu l'impression de faire partie de la vie.
By developing activities, mobility experiences and local workshops, the Age of Migration project has clearly been a source of learning and skills development for all the participants, beneficiaries and partner organizations that have been involved during the project lifetime.
I don't want to cry now, leave me alone.
Cuando acabará todo este tinglao está muy bien montado.